Hey, it's Casey with 92.9 The Beat with a Beat Cares moment with Big Brothers, Big Sisters. I got Albert with us today. Hey, Albert, thanks for joining.
Hi, Casey. Thank you very much for this opportunity to talk about Big Brothers, Big Sisters.
Yes, it's one of my favorite nonprofits here in town just because you guys have a lot of fun and you're making a difference in children's lives every single day with bigs and littles. I love it all. But can you tell our listeners just a little bit more about Big Brothers, Big Sisters and why it's so important in our community right here in Springfield?
Sure. Well, Big Brothers Big Sisters is a nationwide organization. We're a nonprofit. Here at Springfield, we have been for more than 40 years. So we have a track record of that amount of time just being here, talking about mentorship, just talking about the positive things that mentorship brings, especially to young folks, especially young boys and young girls, normally ages 7 all the way to 18 years old. So what we do is just one of the greatest things that that we can match people, match anybody who wants to volunteer, who wants to become a mentor. We match them one-on-one with mentees, all over Springfield, and also serving like 14 counties. So we're very excited to be here in Springfield, just talking about mentorship and just realizing that these relationships are really making a difference here in our community.
Yeah, the one thing that I always hear like, "Oh, I really wanna help be a big, but I'm not perfect. I'm not a good example." And I'm like, "Hey, that's where the great part is with Big Brothers Big Sisters is that you guys have such a great backup system for
Yeah.
anybody that's not 100% like comfortable with the situation. You could come back to you guys and you get that guidance, right?
Yes, that's correct. We're always providing guidance regarding being a positive influence to their lives, to the mentees' lives, and we provide training. We provide guidance, we provide tips. We're not leaving you alone, just becoming a mentor, and you're just there by yourself. We have our team that is supporting you. They're called match support, so we're always giving you ideas, keeping you, kind of like on track of how things are going, and just being there, helping you become that positive influence to a mentee here in Springfield.
Yeah, and I have friends that are bigs and they tell me all these amazing stories of different things and just hanging out with their littles at lunch. And lunch buddies is definitely a great thing right now. It's start of the school year. Tell me a little bit more about lunch buddies.
Yeah, so Lunch Buddy is one of our programs here at Springfield, in which we have partnered with elementary schools, where we match mentors one-on-one with either from a first grader to a fifth grader. The idea is just to go to the school, have lunch at the school. So you go through that vetting process. We do background checks and we make sure that it's a safe environment for everybody. And we just have that opportunity that is near your workplace or near your home where you can have lunch once a week. It doesn't have to be like a full hour. It can be like 30 minutes to 45 minutes, just being there talking to your mentee. And the cool thing about it is like you get matched with somebody that is very similar to you, in a way, like has like same interests, same hobbies. Like if you love music, you're gonna get matched with somebody that loves music as well, or movies or video games. So right from the start, you have something to talk about. And definitely, it's a great experience, having that communication on and off, because it's mostly we do it through the academic year. So, starting now in September, we go all the way to May, and having that experience of being at the school and just having that positive role model influence. You can play board games, you can talk about trivia, you can talk about your lives, you can talk about your favorite game, about anything during that time. And like I said, we give you tips, we give you guidance, on the topics that you can talk about, and just pretty much just make it really a fun way to spend that time with your mentee.
Yeah, the last time I was at the Big Brothers Big Sisters, we talked about the need for mentors that bigs that are into video games because we have some boys that are looking to connect on a different level or even
Yes.
music. If you have like musical abilities, the kids want to learn, they want to be interactive with people that have the same similar interests, which is perfect. And I love the way that you guys use the information that the kids give to match with their bigs.
Yeah.
Tell me a
Yeah.
little bit more about the matching process.
So we interview the kid. We interview them. We make sure that we pretty much have this statistics that 100% of the mentees that are looking for a big, of our littles that are looking for a big, 100% of them have said, I really want a big. So it has come from their decision to pursue a mentor. Of course, we interview their parents, but at the same time, they're the ones saying like, I want a big, I want somebody in my life that can mentor me. And it can be about, any topic, especially like with lunch buddies, having those kids from those ages. It's just like a fun way. It's a great way to become a kid again, kind of like going back, and just talking about fun topics. So we interview them, we vet them, and at the same time, we go through interviews, kind of like a get to know you interview,
Mhm.
with all the volunteers that want to become mentors. We do background checks, so we do that whole process. So usually it takes like a month, 1 month to 2 months, to get a match. But like I said, you get matched with somebody that is very same or very similar to your interests, very similar to your hobbies. So right away, you can have topics to talk about, and pretty much having like that relationship moving forward. At the beginning, many people would say like, oh my gosh, the time commitment that it takes. Definitely we do have a commitment of 1 year, of 12 months, but that's something that when you compare like one hour per week, or if you do the community-based program, which is 4 to 6 hours in a month, it's
Mhm.
really doable, if you think about it. So just giving you that time frame that we explain all those details, to the mentor and to the mentee, before they start the relationship, and just moving forward. And the great thing about it is like we have seen bigs and littles have a relationship that lasts not just 1 year, but 5, 10, or 15 years. So those are the great relationships that we want to foster here in Springfield.
Yeah, we went to the Taste of the Ozarks as a radio station and met some great bigs and littles, and just seeing their interactions on stage for the big, what was it, for the awards that they gave, the lunch buddies. Those two were
Yes.
like two peas in a pod. It made me so happy and made my heart just glow, because even just seeing them interact while they were walking around, I'm like, yes, that was a perfect match, and that is definitely what you guys are doing. Now, when it comes to time commitment, yeah, it's 1 hour a week, and the kids aren't going anywhere. They're gonna be at the school, so you know
Yeah,
exactly where to be at.
that's correct.
And I mean, it's really not that much of a time commitment. But I do like the community-based one because you could go on adventures, and I know that you guys
Yeah.
help solidify that as well. I know that during the summer, I was told about a kayaking trip down at Lake Springfield. I'm like, that would be an amazing time to go and connect with these kids, get them outside, and then have fun yourself, right?
Yeah, it's a great excuse to go back and be a kid again. You can, for the community-based program, we usually have activities, going to the museum, go to the park. We have companies that provide us with some discounts, or going to the theater or the movies, in which you can get some discounts. You buy a ticket, but you get one for free, so you can give it to your little. So those are the kind of things that we always giving mentors, kind of like the tools, to help them out. There is like, at least for the lunch buddies, there is not that requirement that you need to have a car. You just kind of like just have to be at the school, once a week, and be there and just spending that time, and you don't have to buy anything. Like honestly, we're not, just saying like, oh, you have to bring a gift to your mentee or to your little every time. No, that's not the main reason. The main reason is just spending that quality time with young boys and young girls, and just listening to them, just giving them ideas, just having the experience of having something different out of their whole environment, and bring something positive to for the long run.
Yes, definitely listen to them, encourage them, be their biggest cheerleader, because they may not have that at home. And even if they do
Exactly.
have a strong family, it's always best to always have somebody in your corner, right?
Yeah, and most of the young boys and young girls that sign up, to become a little, we have a big percentage that come from single parents' homes, so we go through that vetting process, seeing like the main reasons why they want to become a little or a mentee, and definitely, we really try to accommodate those kids that really are or have that potential of becoming a better version of themselves, and at the same time that their environment, working with their parents, working with the mentor, and working with our match support staff, we're that triangle offering that great environment for them to grow up and become really amazing people, and that they can do good in life.
Yeah, not only are you investing in the child, you're investing in yourself and the future of the Springfield and
Yes.
community as a whole. I do want to ask is how do people get more information on how to get involved with either the lunch buddies or the community-based programs?
Yeah, so definitely we have a website. It's called bigbro.com. But also we have social media. So one of our biggest channel is Facebook. Facebook and Instagram. So at Facebook, you can find our events. You can sign up at our events. We're gonna be having different events like a poker tournament, and then we have our big gala events that we do at least twice a year. I don't know if you ever heard of Taste of the Ozarks, or Beer Fest, which are events that we do every single year, in which we just not just fundraise for the organization, but also we're able to provide that environment for our bigs and littles to just hang out with us too. Have kind of have that interaction going back and forth. So yeah, it just feels like a big party, when we do those kind of events, and we always in the need of, if you're not able to become a mentor, you can volunteer with us at the events. You can help us out, spread out the word, giving likes, in our social media channels, or just talking about about us to your family members or your friends. So I know people have different schedules, but we also work really well with the flexibility of people, and trying to fit where that either having a lunch buddy that is near your workplace or your home, or having a community based agenda, or kind of like schedule in which it works out with you either on the weekends or on weekend or the weekdays during evening time.
Yeah. And Albert, if somebody was on the fence about being a big or helping volunteer, what is the biggest reward that they would get from becoming a big?
So definitely one of the biggest rewards, like I said, is just kind of have that situation in which you can become a kid again, and that you can learn, like having that creativity going back. Kind of you feel when you grow up, you feel like you kind of lose that creativity, you kind of lose that, oh man, that curiosity about life. It's like, oh, how this works, how that works. So like having a mentee or having a little in your life kind of like activates that back again, kind of like, oh man, I didn't think about that, or I have never thought about this question about exploring or curiosity, or doing better in video games, or doing better in sports, or just hanging out, or even like visiting museums. You're learning new things, and just having that experience that you're learning again, you feel alive, honestly. You feel like, yeah, you kind of like go back into that sense of like, oh my gosh, this world is amazing, and with that we're able to learn more about this world with a mentee, with their family members, and also with our staff, like learning about how to deal with life issues. I know it's a hard time, right now in our world, so this is just one of the best ways to bring that positivity back again.
I love that. I mean, if you think about it though, not only are we helping teach these kids social skills and tools that they
Yeah,
could use later on in life, but yeah, that curiosity of just the fresh minds, it's definitely gonna rub off on you too, because that's gonna help
yeah,
you altogether. Yeah, if anybody has not checked out their Big Brothers Big Sisters Facebook page, not only do they share all the information on their events, you guys have been posting your matches, and it makes me so happy. I'm like,
yeah.
yes, another match. Every single time I see one, I'm liking it. I'm like, it just makes me happy that we are finding matches for the littles. If you are on the fence about becoming a big, yeah, go check out bigbro.com for more information on how you could get signed up to become a big, make a difference in a child's life right here in the local community. Well, Albert, any last words for anybody that, um, or even a little or big that you want to kind of shout out?
Yeah, well, I really want to mention that, one of our biggest needs are male mentors. So, we realize that, we have a lot of mentees, especially littles, that come from single parents, and that they're boys, and that we're looking for that male role model. We realize sometimes that missing that father figure, it's very important, like kind of be able for them to interact with a male mentor. So, that's one of the biggest needs that we have as well, to cover this waiting list of the we have of kids, and definitely, I want to just promote that, the sense of like, if you're a guy, if you're, really want to give out to the community just a couple of hours, please do so. You'll make a big difference, and especially showing, that role model to somebody that it's in great need. So yeah, so really want to thank you for this opportunity. I really want to say that we're a nationwide organization. So, even if you're not here from Springfield, or even if you're a student here in Springfield and you're kind of like going back to your hometown, there is a big brothers and big sisters, wherever you're at. So whether it's in your state, in your county, we have agencies all over the US. So definitely we have more than 120 years of existence. So definitely we're very much involved in mentorship, and we're here for the long run. So please consider joining us as mentors. Definitely, we're always looking for that opportunity. And if not, if this is not the time, just please share this information, give likes, to our post, to our social media page. And also, things might change. Maybe in 6 months, in a year, we're gonna be here. We're gonna be here whenever you're ready to become a mentor. So we're very excited about this opportunity.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for your time, Albert. Yeah, bigbro.com.
BigBro.com, yes.
Bigbro.com for more information. We'll definitely have some more information up on 92.9 The Beat under the Beat Cares tab as well. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Casey.